back and watch the playoffs, or will you stay away from football for a while?
Nah, I'm a fan of the game, so I'm gonna watch the playoffs. I'm a fan of all the quarterbacks in this league, and I like to see them excel as well. It's gonna be tough, but like I said, I'm a fan of the game, so I continue to tune in.
Did you watch that Giants Cowboys game last night, knowing you to beat both of those teams?
Yeah, I watched the game last night. I'm proud of Eli. He stepped up and played a great game. They really, jail like us at the end of the year, and but like I said, I'm always been a fan of the game. Always root for the guys that I know and have relationships with. So um, that's what it is.
Do you feel like you shouldn't be packing your bag so early?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But I think it's going to motivate us to work harder going into this year, and we're all very excited about that, and we just have to wait and see.
How disappointing is this?
That's a question from yesterday. Left from last
I wasn't here yesterday.
How long will you
give you a pass? No, it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing. I mean, we jailed at the end, and we got on the same page on offense and got in sync on in all phases of the game. So it's tough. We have our morale right now, and we'll just carry it over into the season. And well, let me take a step back. We'll carry it over into our offseason workouts and our OTAs and get better as a unit and use that time to get better. So, I'm excited about where we're at. We just got to, just make sure we keep our eyes on the prize, and that's going to be our mindset.
Mike, you've had some stretches in your career where you've had great play for 6 games, 8 games, even 10, 12 games. If you could ever put 16 games in a row together at your best, what do you think it would look like?
I think it would be unbelievable, and that has to be the goal. I mean, I think you hit it right on the head. Have to be available for 16 games for this team, and I got to hold myself accountable and got to get away from trying to do too much and understanding that waking up Monday morning sore doesn't mean that you didn't go out and give it your all. I think it means you played smart, and I went into the game yesterday with that mindset of how I wanted to play in this upcoming season. Protecting the ball, playing smart. Not taking unnecessary hits and being there for my team, and that's what means more to me now than anything.
Although the individual numbers didn't reflect it, is this the closest you've come in your career to being a complete quarterback, so to speak?
Absolutely. I think I made great strides this year, and I'm excited about where I'm at. I'm excited about this offseason, having the opportunity to go back and look at the game and understand the game, and just the learning curve that I've went through the last 2 years, and where I can take it now that I have a full off season under my belt. I'm excited, and I'm gonna take a week or 2 off and get away from it. But my off season gonna start early, and I think that's the way it should be.
You haven't had an off season as the starting quarterback of the team since 2006. Right. Is this one more than any on before?
I think from all the past experiences and not taking things for granted and not taking all my opportunities serious. I think now that it's right there in front of me, and I know what I need to do, and I know how hard I have to work, and how I can pull my teammates along and develop the same mindset with them. It's exciting for me, as well as for them, and they mentioned it, before I even mentioned it, when we're gonna start working out and what we're gonna do, because, like I said, we jailed over the last couple of weeks, and we know what we have here, and it's only gonna get better, and we're gonna work as hard as we can, because we owe the city a lot, we owe this organization a lot as players, and I fully take on that responsibility, and every guy in this locker room does as well.
Last night you tweeted, "I promise next year will be different." That's a lofty, definitive statement you made there.
I said that last night in my press conference. I mean, you know what? You got to take chances in life. You got to gamble, and you say what you mean. And I wouldn't say anything that I didn't mean. So, like I said, I can hold the weight. I can hold the weight of my promise. And hey, if I don't, but then I'm gonna give everything I got trying. And every guy here will back me up on that. So, I'm well protected, and I feel good about it. And I said it, so it's all good.
Mike, if you look back on this season, is there one moment or one game that made the difference in not making the playoff?
Well, I think it was a lot of games that made the difference. I think it was, we scored more points in our opposition in 1 or 2 more games than we were in the playoffs. But, I think the feeling that we have now it's tough, but it's going to be a one hell of a learning experience for us now, and I think it's going to help this team more than it's going to hurt it.
Thanks, Mike.